To build anything that truly lasts, it takes time.
The violence over language in Maharashtra is escalating. An elderly shop owner was not only abused and humiliated, but he was also slapped multiple times in Thane for not speaking in Marathi. In a video that has now gone viral, MNS workers can be seen confronting the shop owner and asking him which language is spoken in Maharashtra. When the shop owner responded that all languages are spoken in Maharashtra, the MNS members began to slap him repeatedly. An FIR has been filed and the names of 7 individuals have emerged, but no arrests have been made. While Maharashtra ministers have condemned this attack, they have emphasized that individuals living in the state must speak in Marathi. Now, this incident has sparked widespread outrage and reignited the discussion on linguistic intolerance. Take a look at some of the reactions that have come in.
काशीमीरा पुलिस स्टेशन में इसके बारे में तुरंत एफआईआर दर्ज कर ली गई है। 7 लोगों के नाम भी सामने आए हैं और उनके ऊपर कानूनी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। राजस्थानी समाज के कुछ लोग जमा हुए थे, उनको भी हमने जाके समझाया है कि हमने लीगली जो कानूनी कार्रवाई होती है वो पूरी की है और सबको अपील किया कि अपने एरिया में शांति रखे, कोई भी गलत कदम ना उठाए।
कानून हाथ में लेना ये गलत बात है। मराठी के ऊपर अगर अन्याय हो रहा है तो उसके ऊपर भी कार्रवाई हो सकती है। जो मैंने बोला कि महाराष्ट्र में एक परंपरा है, बहुभाषीय परंपरा है, लेकिन मराठी हमारी माय बोली है। अगर मराठी के ऊपर अन्याय हो जाता है तो हम भी सह नहीं सकते।
Now, the shopkeepers in Mira Bhayandar protested against the attack by closing their shops. Many stores in the region have shut their shutters. Images of closed shops and empty markets are being widely shared on social media. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what has been happening in Maharashtra as far as the language row is concerned. A lot of outrage that erupted on social media, remember, for this man being physically assaulted, for not being able to speak in Marathi, but a lot of reactions that have come in since yesterday, since this entire video went viral. My colleague Nilesh is joining us with more on this. Nilesh, a lot of outrage since this video went viral, but what's the latest? What are the authorities saying now? Of course, the reactions, the protests are also now going viral on social media with the kind of closing of shops that is being witnessed in the region.
Well, yes, as we say, politics is all about timing, and a similar situation will be seen into this particular case as well. As we know that soon Maharashtra will be going under elections, that is the local body election, municipal election will be held into various states, which is why it seems like the regional parties are again putting up their stance over the Marathi Manus legacy. And Maharashtra Nirman Sena for long has been known for it. The kind of action or reaction that is currently being seen has long been known into the MNS history. Now, it is also important to note that during the previous election, be it the assembly election or the Lok Sabha election, MNS and UBT have somewhat taken the damage, and which is why they have taken the political stance of somewhat representing the Marathi Manus through the Marathi language. Now, speaking of this particular case which took place earlier on Sunday, since then various action and reactions are pouring in, not only limiting to assembly, that is on political forefront, but also on street as well. We have been reporting that how the police officials from Mira Bhayandar have registered an FIR against 7 individuals, and a notice have been sent to 3 of these individuals under various sections of BNS. Now, the officials, that is the political leaders, have been of a stance that it was the shopkeeper who somewhat instigated the MNS workers after he denied speaking into Marathi and somewhat showed disrespect toward the language, and which is after the MNS workers somewhat assaulted him. And it seems like even after their act, even after all of those outrage seen seen on the street. The MNS workers are adamant to their action and are not extending any sort of apology, and which is why it is seen that the local shopkeepers here in Mira Bhayandar have staged a protest today. Shopkeepers have shut their shops, and also a route march was done by the shopkeepers, somewhat raising a demand to raise severe action, stringent action against the culprit. Meanwhile, MOS Yogesh Kadam goes on stating that strict action will be taken against those who violate the laws, but at the same time, disrespect toward the language will not be appreciated.
Right, Nilesh, stay with me. We're also getting in a reaction from Yogesh Kadam, the Maharashtra minister, who said now that in Maharashtra you have to speak Marathi. So weighing in on this entire incident, the Maharashtra minister Yogesh Kadam has said that if you're in Maharashtra, if you're working and living in Maharashtra, you have to speak the language of the state, that is Marathi.
महाराष्ट्र में मराठी तो बोलनी ही पड़ेगी। अगर मराठी नहीं आती है तो आपका ये एटीट्यूड नहीं चलेगा कि हम मराठी बोलेंगे नहीं। हम कोशिश करेंगे, ऐसा वो एक बता सकते हैं, बोल सकते हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से देखिए, हमें किसी और लैंग्वेज का अपमान हमें करना नहीं है, लेकिन मराठी में अगर कोई महाराष्ट्र में कोई मराठी को डिसरिस्पेक्ट करता है तो बिल्कुल वहां पे हमारे कायदा हम लागू करेंगे, उनको कार्रवाई करेंगे। जो भी है, जिन्होंने भी उनको मारपीट की है, बिल्कुल उनको एक ही संदेश देंगे कि कायदा आप हाथ में मत लीजिए। जो भी कंसर्न पर्सन की आप कंप्लेंट फाइल कीजिए, उसके अगेंस्ट कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
All right, so that is, of course, Yogesh Kadam saying that if you're in Maharashtra, you must speak in Marathi. My colleague Nilesh continues to be with us. Nilesh, even as there's a lot of outrage on social media and, of course, mixed reactions always come in as far as the language row is concerned, the Maharashtra politicians are weighing in on this and saying if you work in the state, you must know, you cannot have the attitude of not knowing or not being, not willing to learn the language of the state, which is quite different from what a lot of people there perhaps think, that it's fine to not speak in Marathi if you're working there.
Well, and this is why the people here in Maharashtra are somewhat raising their concern, because at this particular period, they are not getting good representation from their side. And this is what is being said by the commoners who do not speak Marathi or are unable to speak Marathi. We have been seeing that how the language row over Marathi began after a GR was issued by the state government, making Hindi as the third language for students from 1st standard to 5th standard. Since then, be it UBT or be it MNS, that is Raj Thackeray, have come together with a stance that Hindi will not be imposed onto us, and instead it is disrespect towards the legacy of Marathas and the Marathi, and which is why it seems like now the state government has also taken a back stance by rejecting the earlier GR which they had issued. And now a statement coming in from MOS Yogesh Kadam somewhat reiterates that they are not willing to dissatisfy or hurt sentiments of the Marathi Manus. Now, given perspective that it is all due to the upcoming elections, the local body municipal election that will be held.
Right. Right, Nilesh, thanks very much for joining us at the moment, getting us all the developments as far as this language row is concerned. Viewers, at this point in time, we're slipping into a short break, but news and updates will continue on the other side.